Alright, so today we're going to be talking about 1.2 adding integer notes. Alright, so there's steps to adding integers. So integers again are the all positive numbers, 1, 2, 3, whole numbers. Though they can't be a decimal or a fraction, and all negatives, which would be -1, -2, -3, without the fractions and decimals. So first step, we circle terms. A term is a number and a sign. So if I'm talking about 3, that would not be a term because I need a positive 3 or a -3. It has a sign in front of it. So if I'm circling terms, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to box. That's a positive 5 there, okay? Then if I circle the other term, that negative is in front of it, so it's a -2. So I have a positive 5 and a -2. Then your next step, you decide whether it is the same signs or different. So a positive 5, -2, one's positive, one's negative, so we go to part B because they are different signs. So when different signs, take the bigger number, 5, and subtract it from the smaller number. So 5 minus 2 is 3, and keep the bigger number sign. So the bigger number is 5, so I'm going to keep that positive, so my answer is just 3, positive 3, okay? Let's go ahead and step through a few of these. So first step on number 1 is we're going to box up our terms. So I have -9 and a positive 2. So they are different signs. So if you need to, you can go back to your notes, back to the other page and think, oh, okay, it's a negative and a positive, so it's opposite signs, so I subtract. So opposite signs you subtract. So 9 minus 2 is 7. And then you keep the bigger numbers sign. So 9 is bigger than 2, so we keep the negative because 9 is negative. Okay? Going to number 2, we go ahead and circle our terms starting off. Okay? 1's positive. This is a positive 5. This is a -5. If there's nothing in front of a 5, it's obviously a positive. You just understand that. That's a positive 5. Okay, so 1's positive, 1's negative. We subtract them. 5 minus 5 is 0, which 0 is a unique case. 0 can neither be negative or positive, so I don't even have to look back at my signs to figure out if it's negative or positive. Okay? Alright, then I have -12 and -6. They're both negative, so this is the same sign. So when you have the same sign, we combine. Same sign, combine. So that means add them. So 6 plus 12 is 18. And then you keep the sign. So they're negative, so I'm going to keep that negative with it. So it's a -18 as your answer. Okay, so when there's 3 numbers, just go left to right, just like a normal problem. So left to right, so -10, positive 19. Opposite signs or different signs, we subtract. So 19 minus 10 is 9, and then 19 is bigger, so I keep the positive. And I'm just going to drop down this 5 here. Okay, now I have a positive 9, positive 5. Save signs, we combine, so 9 plus 5 is 14, and they're both positive, so we keep the sign positive too. So my answer is 14 for that one. Okay, step by step, I have a -11, a -20. Same signs, we go ahead and combine. So 11 plus 20 is 31, and we keep the sign. Okay, and then I just drop that positive 9 down here. Then I have a -31, a positive 9 here. Opposite signs we subtract, so 31 minus 9, which would give you 22. And 31 is bigger than 9, so we keep that negative. Because I have more negatives than I do positives, that's why we keep that negative. Okay? Alright, then going on, -7 and positive 7, opposite signs, you subtract. So 7 minus 7 is just 0. 0, as I said earlier, you can't do anything about it. It's not negative or positive. We drop this down. 0 plus anything is just that thing. So -8. That's an additive identity. So if you want to look at it differently, so that's just knowing same signs you combine, different signs you subtract. So if I'm looking at number 3, another way is we could draw a number line. This is going to get way too tedious if you have like big like -31. It's going to be really hard to draw a number line, but with little numbers like this you can. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and so this is -12 here, okay? And if you are going negative, we're going to the left. So if we're going negative, so it's just like if I had 3 and I took 2 away, right? You go to the left. If you're adding something positive, then you go to the right, okay? So this is a negative 12 I just plot. Now I'm going negative 6, so I'm going to go this way, 6. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be negative 18 if you count 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And that would be your answer, okay? So you can use a number line, but when we get into the bigger numbers, it's going to be really complicated. So I'll do one more with the number line. Let's go ahead and do number 1. So I start at negative 9. So this is negative 9. Okay. Negative 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. And so then it goes positive 2. So if you're adding something, you go to the right. Okay. So then I add 2. So 1, 2. So I'm right here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative 7, which is what we got here. Okay, so you can use a number line. It just takes a lot more time. All right, so moving on. Use mental math to solve the equation. So we have to think. If you want, you could even use a timeline, right? Or a number line. So here's 0. I need to get to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I'm at negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm at negative 5 here, okay? So somehow this point here has to get to positive 4. So this point here has to get all the way to positive 4. So how many do I have to, if we're moving to the right, I'm adding, right? So how many do I have to add? I have to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So x has to equal 9. Then we go ahead and check it. So if I check it, I plug this x into my x there. So I got 9 plus a negative 5. 9, negative 5. Opposite signs we subtract, right? So 9 minus 5 is 4. 9 is bigger, and that is what we got originally, okay? If you knew off the top of your head, oh, well, you have to add 9 because negative 5, in order to get to 9, you have to add 5 to get to 0, and then 4 to get to 4. And so you can do it that way too. Okay, so if I did a number line here, I would have, I'm going to start at positive 6, so this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, we need to get to negative 2, okay, one way we could think, okay, so to get to 0, I have to go 6 values here, okay, so that's 6, and then to get to negative 2, I have to go 2 more down, right, so I have to go 8 values, and I'm going negative, I'm taking away, so it'd be a negative 8, x has to equal a negative 8. Okay, we can plug that in, or y, sorry. Then we can plug it in for y, so negative 8 plus 6. Negative 8 plus 6, opposite signs, if you box them up, opposite signs, we subtract, so 8 minus 6 is 2, and 8 is bigger, so it would be a negative 2, which is what we were to get, okay? Alright, same thing here, okay, so if I draw my number line, I start at negative 7, so 0's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so that's negative 7. I need to get to negative 10, so negative 8, negative 9, negative 10. Okay, so I'm here. I need to go 1, 2, 3 backwards, right? And since I'm taking away 3, I'm going to be in negative 3, so z is equal to negative 3. Okay, and then we go ahead and check it, so negative 7 plus a negative 3. Same signs we combine, so 7 plus 3 is 10, and I get a negative 10 as my answer, which is what I was supposed to get on this. Okay. So now go ahead and try the word problem number 10 for practice, and then we will go over and review tomorrow in class. Thank you.